Let's face it, anyone can buy a beautiful car. You just open your wallet and repeat after me, help yourself. And if you do that, you might just come home with a beautiful 2004 midnight black Jaguar XKR. And this really is a beautiful car. Only 70,000 miles. It's got the fantastic 4.2 litre supercharged V8, 400 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds or less, staggered BBS alloys. I mean, you didn't have to convince me. I just wanted it. But what have I bought? What I bought is a car that's been crashed. This has got some front end damage. I'll show you that in a moment. It's not the first crash damaged car I've bought, let's be honest. I actually quite like buying crash damaged cars. The thing about a crash damaged car is, you know, up to the moment it crashed, it was working. It was insured and taxed and MOT and driving and probably being enjoyed, particularly if it was a car like this. So buying a crash damaged car is an opportunity to buy a car that was very, very good and now isn't. Copart described this as Cat S front end runs and drives. And if you've ever looked on a Copart auction, you'll know that that's pretty much all the information you're going to get, apart from some photographs. And you've got to know the car well enough that you can decide whether or not this car is repairable. It doesn't just apply to your Jag. It could be your Aston Martin or a Ford Fiesta or an Audi, or in fact any other car that you're hankering after. I'm going to show you what I've bought, what the damage is, and then we're going to decide whether or not we can repair it. The grim reality. This is where you have to consider your buying decisions. And this is pretty much how it looked in the Copart photographs. Bumper hanging off, headlight missing. And that's the only damage that we're going to see. There's some paint damage here. There's no kinks in the wing. I think that's quite salvageable. There's a bent bracket here. And this bracket is the reason why it's been considered a structural repair. This bracket is kind of riveted, bolted to the front outrigger of the chassis, and because of that it's considered chassis damage, even though you can buy that bracket, unbolt this one, bolt a new one on. So hopefully I'm vindicated and this is a good buy, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take the bumper off, take the other headlight out, straighten that bracket out, make them both look the same, make sure the headlights fit, fix the bumper, put the bumper back on, call it a day. But I do have to check underneath, and that's what we're going to do next. So we're underneath the car, and this is the offside corner where the original damage is. And what we're going to do is see if we can spot any additional damage. And so we're looking for bent pieces of metal, things that look out of line, things that don't match from one side to the other. And first impressions are good. Subframe is where it's supposed to be and hasn't got any damage to it. These chassis legs here, these crosses, let's back up a little bit. I don't know if you can see this cross that runs from there up here and from there up here. It's all lying flat, it's not got any torsion loads in it, it hasn't got any twisting going on, so that's all right. We'll have a look at the general condition while we're underneath here. We're looking. This is a typical place where they rot. This one's not rotten, which is nice. Sills are looking okay. Back edge of the sill here, another common rust spot. A little bit of surface rust. Looks like it's been looked after, actually. These rear subframe mounts, which I've got the jack on here, are a little bit crusty, but they're sound. Rear suspension, again, a bit crusty, but nothing substantial wrong with that. Nothing other than the cosmetics. Both sides looking very similar. Again, that mounting bracket there looks fine. Bottom edge of the sills all looks original. It's not been messed around with. Hasn't got lots of plating over it or anything like that. So I think that's all right. The floor on this side, again, solid. Nothing happening there that shouldn't be. So I think what I need to do is take these wheels off and we'll have a look underneath the wheel arch. Okay, with the wheels off we can have a proper look underneath here. What we're looking for is any kinking or evidence that any seams have opened up or moved anywhere in these wheel arches, because anything like that spells doom for my plan. It all looks okay. I can't see anything that doesn't look like it's supposed to be. And actually it's in really good nick. I didn't take the arch liners off. In fact, I've got a pile of parts here. That's how it came to me. So this car has been into insurance assessment. It's been stripped for them to decide what kind of repair it needs, and then they've partially reassembled it and the rest of the parts were in the boot. So I'm looking specifically to see whether or not I can see anything that's bent or broken, or any seams that have opened up or torn, spot welds that have torn, anything like that. And I don't think I can see any at all. This is the bracket that's all bent at the bottom of the wing. Let's go around to the other side and see how that looks. I kind of have to make a mental note and transfer that mental note from one side to the other as we go. But that looks exactly the same as the other side. There's nothing happening there that shouldn't be. Tiny bit of surface corrosion underneath these arches, but very, very little. It's actually in excellent condition. I'm getting more and more excited about this by the minute. So this is the bit we're going to have to work on, this bent bracket. I'm going to take the bumper off, take the other headlight out, and we can then have a look behind the bumper and just make sure none of the crash zones behind there are damaged. Okay, bumper's off, and now we can have a proper look at what's going on at the front here. And what we're looking for is the designed crumple zones. Have they survived the accident intact? And the first thing we're looking at is all of this space at the front here. This is obviously where the impact was, and so I'm looking at parts like this. These are like the most vulnerable pieces, given that this is where the damage is on this bracket. If the damage had extended any further into the car, then the first place we'd see it is places like this. These spot welds around here and all the way around here. We'd see things like these front brackets here would have signs of damage, but there are absolutely none. There's no visible marking on the crash structure. It hasn't come into contact with anything. The legs, the crash legs, which are in there, are absolutely intact, and we can compare that to the other side. Similar structures on this side. We're looking at this point here, which is the same point that we looked at on the other side. It all looks fine. All of these seams and spot welds and so on are all as they should be, as they left the factory. Maybe a bit cruddier, but absolutely fine. Underneath, it's a similar story. All of this area here, all these radiators, the radiator pack and everything else looks absolutely fine. There's no damage at all. So, at the moment, my conclusion is this is a simple repair video, but it's not really, is it? That's a simple repair. That bumper is a simple repair. Putting the car back together again is a simple repair. But that's really not what this video was about. The real message of this video is that if you buy carefully, you can buy something as wonderful as this for very little money. And I'll be honest with you now, this car landed here, delivery, auction fees, everything, just short of £4,000. And the total cost of repairs for this, at the moment, is going to be zil, nothing. I'm just going to straighten that bracket out and realign all the parts and put it back together again and start using the car. Mechanically, it seems fine. I've plugged in the OBD and checked all the engine codes and everything. It's fine. I know that it's got a problem with the driver's seat. One of the motors in the driver's seat's gone, and I don't have a code for the radio, which is a bit annoying. But otherwise, I'm vindicated. I can show my face in the house again. The wife's not going to kill me. So I'm going to close this video there. We've done what we needed to do. I'll come back maybe with another video when we've got this back on the road again. And you can tell me how right or wrong I was. Next winter, if I've driven this all summer, we'll take it off the road. We'll do a full mechanical restoration on it. We'll get the paintwork done. We'll make it beautiful. But for now, let's enjoy our XKR. Thanks for watching. Love ya. See you on the next one.